Who wants to get married and be miserable? Nobody. We all want to live happily ever after, right? And so I have come up with the things that will make you identify some of the things that will make you avoid getting into a wrong relationship. Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for coming, and if you're new here, thank you so much for clicking on my video. Thank you so much to my community for all the support. I appreciate you guys, and if you're my old subscriber, thank you so much for being here. All right, today we're just continuing the topic we started the video that I posted last week of the situation we had about a woman who was about to marry this man with a lot of date. You guys, thank you so much. You amazing. Thank you so much for your responses. I read through each and every one of them, and this has led to me wanting to discuss these things. Everybody at some point, or most of you at some point, thought of getting married sometime and just settling down, having your own family and everything. So guys, what are those things that you put into consideration before you look for somebody? Okay, so today, before you say I do, or before you say, okay, this is the person that I really want to marry, in this video, I give you 10 habits that you should look for. I know love is tricky sometimes, okay? It is tricky, and when you get into it, sometimes you don't see what is in there, okay? And sometimes if you are fortunate enough, you have friends around, they'll be able to spot some of these things and be able to tell you, to say, oh, this and this and this sponsored. But some people are not able to see the red flags, okay? Some people only get to see them when it is already too late. Sometimes, like for a lot of people in Africa, people get to marry somebody, not only in Africa, even in other parts of the world. Some people get to marry somebody just because of pressure from parents, pressure from family. They are telling them, oh, you're getting old, you have to marry, and you have to marry. And thus people don't get to see these things, or maybe they see them, okay, they see these things, but because of the pressure they have, they get to marry this same person anyway. Oh yeah, so what are habits? Okay, what are habits? Habits are those things that we tend to develop over time. Okay, you develop a habit, maybe to do a certain thing, okay? You are not born with habits, okay? You are not born with them. They are not genetic, okay? So meaning these are just some things that somebody picks up from anywhere and entertains them, embraces them, and make them be part of their lives, okay? So you are not going to marry a man with these habits that I've lined up. We should all know this thing. Marriage is not a game, okay? It's not that I'll go in and I'll come out, okay? It's not easy. It's not as easy as it sounds, okay? It's a life-term commitment, okay? And so if you commit to say, okay, this is the person that I want to live with, this is the person that I'll live with for the rest of my life, then you really have to be careful with whom you let into your life, okay? You may be desperate, you may be, looking for love. Maybe you've never experienced love before, and this person shows you that they love you somehow, of which isn't love, and then you fall prey and just decide to commit to such a person, okay? So guys, these are some of the things or the red flags that will tell you to run, okay? One of them is, I'll name number one as a man that never tells the truth. He never tells the truth. He is always making up lies, okay? He's always creating something stories that are not there, okay? He's always making an impression to you that is this kind of a person, he's this kind of a person. Meanwhile, he's not that's not who he is. Okay, he's perpetually lying to you. Okay, if he lies today about this, he lies the other time about that, just know that he's not going to be any better in the future, even if you were to marry him. If you find a man that lies all the time, lies about little things, lies about big things, run. I know sometimes, there are lies that we all tell lies sometimes. People tell lies, okay? And you may lie about a certain thing and to get away with something, okay? There's something that I read to say there are lies that something that just comes up to say, okay, someone will lie about this and this. But if that person has a habit of lying, girl, run, okay? So, number 2, if somebody cannot respect your decisions, okay, you are ever wrong, he's ever right, that person is not gonna change, okay? And if that person makes you feel less of yourself than you are, then less of yourself, then it's a red flag, okay? Everything about you is negative. Everything about you is negative. You never do anything right. For him, he is the one who is always right. You are the person that is always wrong. Do not ever think he's going to change about that. He's not. Okay, and this is the reason you end up with somebody with people that are crushed, whose egos are crushed, because the first person that is supposed to boost your ego is your partner, okay? And if he's not able to do it, run, okay? Just run for your life, okay? Because you need support. You need somebody who's gonna be positive. I know sometimes it's okay for him to say no to your decisions. It's okay for him to say no to some of the things, your choices, okay, which is all right. But if it becomes like everything you do is wrong, then there's something that should tell you that he's probably not the person for you, okay? Then the third thing I'll talk about is if he abuses you emotionally, physically, mentally. Abuse is not only when somebody beats you up. No, abuse is not like that. Abuse is only not when somebody lays a hand on you. Some words that somebody physically, mentally, a man who physically, mentally, or emotionally abuses you is never good for you. No matter how good you pretend to be, but if he abuses you physically, emotionally, and mentally, then you are ready to, you can run. A man who breaks promises. He always breaks promises. He doesn't want to say the truth, okay? If he tells you this, he'll come up with excuses to say, okay, I did not do this. I did not do this because of this. I did not do this because of this. Remember, he's not only breaking promises with you, he's going to break promises with you. He will be breaking promises with your family, with your children. He will always break promises. So a man who breaks promises already, that's a red flag. A man that does not prioritize you. Every man in your life has to prioritize you at some point, okay? If you are not important, you're like not on top of his list, then already that's a red flag. Every time maybe you make up a program, is always canceling it with something else. He says, oh, this came up, this came up, this came up. You want to be with him. He cannot be around. He cannot be available. He can only be available when he wishes to. You are never a priority. That's already a red flag to look for. Okay, a man has to spare some time for you. I'm not saying all the time you have to be his priority. A man got to work. A man has to have plans, okay? A man has to go, hustle. A man has to be a man, okay? But there are times that he just has to prioritize being with you, okay? Like you are his priority, not where he does not value you at all. He does not respect you. He does not show any sort of like any form of respect in any way, okay? A man who enjoys winning arguments. He's always happy when he wins a certain argument. You know, we all make mistakes, okay? Like we are talking about this man, the ideal man shouldn't be perfect either, okay? Nobody is perfect, okay? And we all make mistakes because we are not perfect. And it's always good as a partner and when you make mistakes, okay? So a man that is insecure, okay, insecurity, he is insecure about everything that you do. He's insecure about everything, okay? There are times that you need correction in certain things, but there are times when a man just is overboard, just insecure about everything, how you dress, the people you hang around with, what you do, your successes, everything. He's insecure about everything. So that's another red flag, okay? That's another red flag. So in all this, we're not talking about perfection here. We're talking about coming together, compromising, and just having a common goal, okay, whereby everybody is happy, every other person is happy in the relationship, not whereby the other one is like very, very happy and very, very commanding, and the other one is just like obliging to everything the other person says. A relationship is about happiness, it's about, you know, building each other, developing something special, and having a healthy family. So you cannot have a healthy family when you have a man who has all these traits, okay? So there's no man that is perfect. That's same for a woman. There's no woman who's perfect, but let's look for those things that you are able to condone, those things that you are able to take. For watching, thank you so much, and don't forget to leave your comments in the comment section below, and I'll really, really appreciate it. You want to enjoy marriage, you want to enjoy your life when you are married, okay? So you do not want to undergo pressure after pressure after pressure, and that is why it's leading to a lot of divorces right now, okay? We have people getting married, more people getting divorced, okay? So be sure to make sure you're marrying the right person, and never rush for anything, okay? Because there's always time for anything. So guys, thank you so much for watching, and do not forget to like, share my video. Thank you, and see you in my next video. Bye.